Hi guys, I'm back really quick just to do a video about the event I went to today, and I just wanted to talk about it a little bit and show you what I got. Um, Today is Sunday, November 1st, and the Southern California Handweavers Guild holds an event every year here in my town called the um, Fiber Arts Festival, and it's not a needlework event. It's put on by the Weaving Guild, so it's weaving and spinning and dyeing, and then by extension, knitting and crocheting, anything that you do with yarn. I don't really do any of those crafts. I know how to crochet. My grandmother taught me to crochet when I was a kid. The last thing that I crocheted was for my grandmother, and my grandmother's been dead for 10 years. So, in fact, next week it'll be 10 years. So that tells you how much I crochet. I haven't done it in a long time. Cross stitch is my first love, and that's mostly what I focus on. But I go to the event. I didn't even know about it until last year, and I happened to be in Starbucks on the day that it was being held, and there was this group of women and they're knitting, and so I started talking to them, and I found out that they're from the San Fernando Valley, and I'm like, well, what are you doing down here? Because I live a good 20 miles away from the San Fernando Valley, and I'm going, I know you didn't drive all the way down here to come to Starbucks. So, they told me, well, we're going to the Fiber Arts Festival. And I was like, oh. So I followed them over there, and they were very, very kind to me. They let me hang out with them all day. They were very, very kind. And so I had a good time. I didn't buy anything last year. I looked around, and I feel a little bit like a visitor to a club that I'm not a member of. But so this year, I decided to go back, and I made arrangements to meet up with a friend from the Dave Ramsey board. And so we met up there, and it was great to meet her. It was great to spend time with her. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about what I got, because this year, surprisingly enough, there was stuff there that it's not really intended to be for needlepoint or cross stitch, but it kind of will transfer over, and I intend to use it for my stitching. So here we go. The first thing that I got is this little pouch that I think I could put a small project in it, like a Mill Hill project, or something really small, and maybe a folded up chart. But this one has unicorns on it, and I just thought the colors were really pretty. I like the unicorns. And this one has two unicorn heads on it. And they had two of these there. And the other one, I chose this one over the other one because the other one, the one side, just the way they happened to cut the fabric, all you saw was the unicorn's butt, and yeah, I didn't really need that. So I picked this one. This was the better one of the two. And it has a zipper top. And it's a Notions bag for knitters, but it'll work, and it stands flat. It has a flat bottom, so it'll stand up. And so I thought that was really cool. Although truthfully, what I liked about it was the fabric. I liked the unicorns. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have bought it. And I got, this is from a company called Haya Haya, which makes knitting needles, and I guess they make other supplies and notions for knitters. But my friend pointed out to me that they make these little clippers, and this one is called Puppy Snips, and you can see it's in the shape of a little puppy there. There's his face, his nose, and his ears. and his paws. And then if you take off the cover here, it's a tiny little pair of scissors. And I thought that was so cool. So I got that. You could probably even get those past security on an airplane. These are by, oh yeah, these are by Hiya Hiya. There's their card and how they spell their name, Hiya, Hiya. And I think in the back here, what is this? It talks about here about a Great Wall sock pattern. And I'm looking to see, like, is the pattern included here, but I don't see it. Not really sure, but I know there's a few of you that knit out there. And this is by Quanir Huang. It's called the Great Wall sock pattern. I don't know if that's available on their website or it's available on Ravelry. I have no idea. But there it is. Oh, it's probably available on hiyahiya.com. There we go. Or hiyahiyanorthamerica.com. So, puppy snips. And then, this is the real reason why I'm making this video. This company makes yarn, and they make roving for spinners, which is the raw material that you spin into yarn. And that stuff is beautiful. Looking at that stuff makes me want to learn how to spin. It's amazing. And but so I was with my friend and we were looking at one of these displays. She's a big knitter, and so she was looking at the yarn, and they had this little thing up at the top on one of those shelves that said silk floss, and I was like, ooh, let me look at that. So I looked at their floss. This company is called Redfish Dye Works, and they have a website, redfishdyeworks.com. They sell silk fibers for knitting, silk yarn. And I think I saw some cashmere on their website, and they sell roving for spinners. But they have this silk floss. That's what their packaging looks like. And they have 4 colors in each of these little packs. And it says it is 6 yards of 8-strand hand-dyed 100% silk floss. And I'm going to open this and take this out. This is kind of a cold open. I haven't opened this yet. I just went today. But here is their floss. Look at those colors. I love those colors. I love this turquoise here. This is the one that sold me on this package. And it's coming up a little bluer. It's more like it's more of a turquoise. And then there's this one that's like this kind of gray blue. And then there's kind of a dusty purple. And then there's like a blue purple. And then there's like a dusty purple here. The one that got me to buy was this color here, though. And I have a plan for it. I'll show you what my plans are. So, I got that one. And because I already have a plan for this blue, I got a second one to make sure that I would have enough. And then I also bought a second pack of a different set of colors. Or a third pack of a different set of colors. These are darker colors. There's a darker blue and another purple and a different shade of purple, and this one here is getting more into a red purple. So those are very pretty. I don't really know what I'm going to do with these yet. I just thought they were pretty, and they're silks, and they kind of give you a lot of yardage. 6 yards of 8 plies is kind of a lot. So I haven't tried to stitch with them yet, obviously. I don't know if I need to use 1 strand or 2 strands. I'm kind of guessing 2. But I just thought they were very pretty. So I got those. And I was really surprised to find a, find a needlework item at the knitting show, or the Fiber Arts show. And my friend actually did buy a skein of yarn from her, and a pair of knitting needles. She bought some knitting needles from her. What else did I get? Let's see what's in here. Oh, I got, this is probably going to be a project bag or something, but there was this vendor there who I guess goes into Southeast Asia, and they bring stuff back from Southeast Asia. So I got this bag, which I just thought was beautiful. It's like a teal blue, and it's got an Asian motif on it. And it has handles. Oh, it has a red tassel that just hit me in the face. It's a red tassel. So it's just beautiful, and it's got handles, which actually are long enough to be a shoulder strap. The inside smells kind of funny. He said they store it with mothballs and that the smell would dissipate. But this is called the Bally Rose store. So there's the website if you want it, ballyrose.com. And this is not stitching related, but while I was also there, I got this pink silk scarf. In that same booth, Bally Rose. And it kind of variegates from a bright pink into like a orange. So it seems very delicate. And actually looking at it, it seems like it might not be terribly well made. I don't know. Looking at it, I'm not terribly impressed with it. I don't know. Anyway, there's that. Good thing they were half off. And then I also got this purple one. Ooh, this one's beautiful. Which is a different fiber. And this one is pretty. I like this one. I'm a little happier with this one than with the other one. But still glad it was half off. I may not buy from that vendor again, actually. But I got that. So that was my haul from the Fiber Arts Festival. And I ran into the lady again. I saw the one lady that I had spent last year with. She was there with another friend. She said, I asked her where the rest of the group was, and she said there were a few of them there, but the others went to an event called Kamikaze. And I don't know what that is. I don't know, is that like an anime convention, or is that like Comic-Con, or I'm not really sure what that is, but it's some sort of nerd geek kind of thing, I think, that I'm not interested in and I don't participate in. But it's being held today, so eventually I'm into that. So my plans, I realized I forgot to tell you what my plans are. My plans for this blue yarn here, or this blue thread, everything is sticking together. My plans for this blue thread, I think I'm going to use it on Ink Circle's Turret in Town. I think that's what I'm going to do with it. And on here it says it requires 20 yards of fabric, and I have 2 skeins of 48 yards, so I think I'm okay. I think that's what I'm going to do with it, and I might put it on, I'll probably put it on white. I'm not sure what color. It would look awesome on black. That blue would look awesome on black. Don't know that I'm up for stitching on black. I mean, I've done it. It's not the end of the world. I don't know that I want to. I don't know that I'm going to do that, but I think I'm going to do the Turret in Town in that blue. So that's what I have to say for today. So I will see you guys again soon. Happy November. Can't believe it's November already. But I will see you soon. Bye. I'm back again because I forgot I wanted to show you something. When I was watching the video that I made the other night, I realized that you could see the piece that was sitting right here. And I had meant to show it to you and I forgot. So I'm going to show it to you real quick. The piece is this piece here. This is Water Lilies. It's a Frank Lloyd Wright design by, and it was charted by Heartland House. That's the company, Heartland House. And I think I've shown this on a video before, but since it was sitting in my video, on my last video, you could see it. I thought I'd show it to you. It's yeah. Heartland House has a Frank Lloyd Wright collection, so if you're a fan of Frank Lloyd Wright, they've got several of them. This one, I'll show this a little closer up. This one, the packaging says that he designed it for a client's home, but that it was never realized in glass. So I don't know what happened. I don't know the story of why they didn't use it in the client's home, but there it is. This piece, I bought the kit. There used to be this wonderful store in the mall called the Museum Company, and they used to have different displays of different things, art and culture, music, and mostly art. And they had a Frank Lloyd Wright display, and they had this kit in there, and it was $40 marked down to $10. And that's really the reason that I got it. If it had been $40, or even if it had been in a different store, I probably wouldn't have looked twice at it. But because it was in this store that doesn't normally carry cross stitch, and because it was 75% off, I got it. And it sat in my stash for a couple years, and then one day I decided to pick it up and start it, and I did. And then I started it, and I worked on it for a little while, and then I put it away and didn't pick it up again until, that was in 2004, I think, 3 or 4, I started it, and then I didn't pick it up again until like 2010, and started working on it again. I finished it in November 2011, and what I remember about this piece, stitching this piece, is miles and miles and miles of backstitch, just miles of it. And I stitched it section by section. You can see it kind of breaks down neatly into 3 sections. There's this top section, and then there's this middle section, And then there's this bottom section that just is straight lines all the way down. And each of these panes of glass are backstitched, and there's all these straight lines of backstitching here, and the backstitch in the frame, and there's just miles and miles of backstitch. And I'm glad that I backstitched each section as I finished it. Otherwise, I may never have finished it. And I'm not one who hates backstitch. I don't mind doing backstitch, but this was a lot. But I think next time that I have some money, like when I stop hanging out with Mr. Vuitton and his friends, I think this is going to be one of the next pieces that I take to the framer. Because now that it's done, I really like it, and I'm really glad that I did it. And I want to hang it. You can't see it in the frame. Actually, let me move a little bit, and you can. I'm going to hang it on that wall right there. I'll let you see a little bit of my mess back there. But this wall right here is where I want to hang it. Yeah, there. That's where I want to hang it. So, so that's what that piece in my last video was, in case you were curious. So back to our regularly scheduled ending of this video, and I will see you next time. Bye.